Hello everyone. We created our VLAN groups before starting the installation in our previous lesson. We will do our installation in this lesson. Let's start the installation by clicking on Create Register VM here. Here, let's select the Deploy a Virtual Machine OVF or OVA file and say Next. Let's give a name to our virtual firewall here. Let's call it Palo Alto VM v10. Here we will add the ISO file that we will install. I have previously added the OVA file that we will install into the Downloads folder. I have added the download link of this OVA file to the resources section below this video. You can download and use it from this address. I continued by choosing our OVA file from here. I say Next. Here we specify which data store to upload to. I have an SSD hard disk on my server. I continued by selecting it. Let's not choose a port here. We'll go to the settings a little later and add it. Here, Power On is automatically selected. Let's remove it so that it does not start the installation automatically after the installation is finished. Let's add the network adapters first, then we make Power On ourselves. I say Next. We import the OVA file by saying Finish. We can follow the import process from here. Our import process is at 2% at the moment. Now, our import process has been done successfully. Let's go to our virtual machine. Let's set the network cards, then run our virtual machine and continue with our installation. Let's edit by right-clicking on the Palo Alto VM v10 virtual firewall that we installed by clicking the virtual machines icon here. When we do the default installation, it comes with 3 network cards attached. We will add network cards here, because we need more than 3. I take our first network adapter to VLAN 10. This VLAN will be our management port, and we will use our WAN port in our second port. I choose VLAN 200 in our WAN port. Here we will use 44.34.0.0 subnet. In our third adapter, let's choose VLAN 16. Here we will use the 172.16.0.0 subnet. Now, let's add a new network adapter and choose VLAN 100 in this adapter, and here we use the 10.1.0.0 DMZ subnet. Let's add our adapter card by saying Add Network Adapter from here. Let's choose VLAN 100 here. Now we have 4 adapters in total. Our first adapter will have an Ethernet 10 management port on the firewall side, and our second adapter will have an Ethernet 11 WAN port on the firewall side. Network adapter 3 will have Ethernet half port on the firewall side. This adapter will also have an Ethernet 1/3 port on the firewall side. Now let's look at the types of these network adapters. The types of these adapters need to be VNet 3. After making all our settings, let's save our settings by Save. Let's check our settings by clicking on it. Adapter 1 at VLAN 10, Adapter 2 at VLAN 200, Adapter 3 at VLAN 16, 4th adapter at VLAN 100. Our first port will be our management port, our second port will be our WAN port, our third port will be inside, and our fourth port will be our DMZ zone. Now, after making our VLAN configurations, let's power on and start the installation. Now our installation has started. We don't need to press any keys, it starts the installation automatically. Our installation continues. Here you can see the default IP information of the management interface. Our default IP address is 192.168.1.1. Our default username is admin and the password is admin. Since our management port is set to get IP from DHCP in default, it will automatically get an IP address from DHCP server in VLAN 10. We will change this IP address to static. Now our installation is partially finished and VM login is written. Right now, when we log in, it will give us the login incorrect warning, because the installation is still going on in the background. Let's wait for about 5 to 6 minutes, then let's log in. Now our background installation is finished. Our firewall got the IP of 192.168.10.2 from the DHCP server. If you want, you can connect to the graphical user interface by typing this IP address now, but we will not do that. We will enter the settings and change the IP of the management interface to this IP address we will connect with. Our default username and password are admin. After entering our username and password, it asks us to re-enter our old password. Then we will type our new password. I'm typing admin. Now it asks us to type the new password. Let's write our new password. After changing our password, we will now switch to configure mode and set the IP settings. Let's type configure and press enter. Our command here is set device config system IP address. We leave a space and write our IP address. We will make our IP address 192.168.10.200. After typing our IP address, we will leave a space and write our net mask. When you type net and press tab, the command completes. Our net mask is also 255.255.255.0. If you leave our network mask like this after you have written it, it will continue to receive IP from DHCP. Therefore, we need to specify that its type is static. Let's specify it and press enter. Now let's write the default gateway IP. We need this IP to be able to access it from different subnets. Let's write the IP address of our default gateway by typing our command set device config system default gateway. Let's also make the DNS settings. Type set device system server. Then press the question mark and see which command to enter. After typing the question mark, the primary option comes. Let's write our first DNS server IP by typing primary. Let it be 8.8.8.8. Then we can type the secondary DNS IP. I set it to 8.8.4.4. I finish the process by pressing enter. Now, after our process is done, we need to print our settings by making commit. I type commit and press enter. Now our commit process is finished. Let's save our settings by typing save config. I'm exiting. Let's check the changes we made with the show interface management command. Here you can see that our IP address is 192.168.10.200 and our default gateway is 192.168.10.1. The operations we have done so far have been for the virtual firewall. In the physical firewall, you can access the management port by directly connecting your console cable to the firewall and making the IP settings we have just made. That's all we will tell you in this lesson. See you in our next lesson. Goodbye.